Hi everybody, I'm so excited to have something new to show to you right now, something that's been in the works for quite a while. You might have noticed that it's been a decent amount of time since I've posted new artwork, new paintings. I've hinted at a project I've been working on for quite a while, and today I finally get to show that to you. Now, normally I'd write some kind of a script or something so that I'd be polished and present well, but I wanted to do this live, and so it's going to be straight from the cuff just to see what happens. But this right here is the project. It's something that I started about 2 years ago. Some of you know what this is, but most of you won't. My shirt that I'm wearing might be a bit of a clue for you, but this is just going to be a live unboxing. So I'm not sure exactly how well this is packaged. I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. And we're going to see what happens here. Like I said, it's a project that started quite a while ago. I started working on this about 2 years ago. There we go. I've had a lot of people helping me, doing a lot of things to help get this across the finish line. And I'm really excited to finally have this in hand. All right. So what we have here, as soon as I can get one out for you, is, here we go. All right, what this is a story that I've written. Obviously, the Sherlock Holmes character is world famous. This is not just a fan fiction piece, and I can explain a little bit more of what I'm talking about here, but in a nutshell, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, one of my favorite authors, he wrote over 50 original Sherlock Holmes stories. And those are just some incredibly well-known ones like The Hound of the Baskervilles, The Sign of Four. Those are novels. They're longer stories that he wrote. But in addition to those 50-plus stories, he also, through Watson, who was usually the narrator in his books, he mentioned several other cases that, in his imagination, Holmes and Watson would have undertaken. Cases that fit actually into the chronological timeline of their stories. Some of those cases sounded incredibly interesting, and for years I had always wondered, I wonder if Conan Doyle actually thought of stories for these, or what if he actually wrote a manuscript and maybe it just got lost or something like that. And while that has not come to light, what I wanted to do was to start to write some stories for these cases that Holmes and Watson talked about. They mentioned, like I said, they've got chronological places in the Holmes timeline, but Sir Arthur Conan Doyle never actually wrote stories for them. So this one right here, The Shocking Affair of the Dutch Steamship Friesland, it's quite a title, I know, but this is an actual story that was referenced by Watson in at least one of the cases, possibly more. And it was one that caught my attention when I was thinking about doing this idea, because Watson in particular said that it was a case which nearly cost himself and Holmes their lives. And so I was thinking, what in the world could have involved a ship, this Victorian timeline, and that would have nearly cost them their lives? And so I started thinking about that. And like I said, over the course of a couple of years, I've written a story for it. In addition to that, because most of you know, of course, I'm an artist, I teach art, I'm a wildlife and landscape oil painter, but I have a degree in illustration, and so illustration work is where I started out. Now, Sidney Paget was the original artist for the Sherlock Holmes stories, and I've loved his work for a long time, just like I've loved the Sherlock Holmes stories themselves. So I thought, if I wanted to write a story, I wanted to also illustrate it. And for some people, for instance, I thought this would be a very cool opportunity, because there's a lot of folks who've expressed interest in getting my work, even in buying prints, but perhaps the cost of a print might even be a little bit more than they would like to spend. Well, this book here has 10 custom illustrations in it from me for the story, so it's a custom story and custom illustrations to go along with that. And so this right here, I don't know if I can find one really quickly to show to the camera, but there are 10 illustrations in here. Here's one I can show to you. Hopefully get it somewhat in the middle of the camera. This one with a cab driver speaking with Sherlock Holmes right there. So this is a story, like I said, it fits chronologically in the timeline. I've done a lot of research to try to make sure that, as best as I can, it will be something that sounds like the original, sounds like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, uses his turns of phrase, the vocabulary of the day, the geography. I've studied a lot of old maps to make sure that this would fit into place as well. So, of course, it is a fan fiction piece, but to the best of my ability, it tries to honor the originals both in the vernacular and the story, but also in the artwork as well. So I'll be showing you a lot more about this one in the coming days. This box that I opened is just a shipment. It's a small amount of books that I've ordered that I'm going to have for myself, and some of these will be available for sale through my website pretty soon. I will let you know about that. The ones that I sell through my website are going to be signed. They're going to come with a custom designed bookmark as well. That's going to come along with this one. But this is also a print-on-demand book that I've got set up. So through the publisher, these are going to be available through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, several other websites online, and they will be available for purchase in the near future. I'll let you know when that happens. But this small shipment right here are ones that I can actually, again, probably about 20 or so, I'll be able to sell through my website. So if you're interested in that, if you've wanted to get some artwork from me, but wanted to spend perhaps a little less than an original or a print, this has 10 pieces of artwork in it. And in addition, of course, it's an original story from me. I can't wait to hear some feedback from people, especially Sherlock Holmes fans like myself who live and breathe these stories. I would love to hear from some of you when you get your hands on it, if you feel that it's faithful to the original and that it's something that, at least to the best that I could, would do Sir Arthur Conan Doyle proud. So this is the surprise. This is what I've been working on for quite a while. It's been a labor of love for sure, but I'm really excited to finally have it out, have it here in person, and get a chance to show it to you. So thanks for taking a look at it with me, and I will let you know shortly how you can get your hands on one.